In a minute it is. As soon as it gets live, then I'm going to hit go live.
You're live, it says to me.
Oh, excellent. All right. So, hey, are you a big thinker? Um, and you dream about having an absolutely wonderful kind of a wonderful business for yourself, right? You're a coach, you think big, you've done all this incredible work for yourself. But when it comes down to being in a sales call, all of a sudden you feel vulnerable. You feel vulnerable, you feel vulnerable because you are vulnerable, all right? I want you to know that you are not alone in this. You're not hallucinating. Um, Being on a sales call, a lot of women coaches really just don't like it. And I don't blame you, okay? So it's very easy to set up an offer. Um, it is very easy to create a program for people. It is very easy to set up a a 3-month transformation program for people. You don't feel vulnerable when you're setting up your program. Why is that? Because you're pouring in a whole bunch of love and you're just you being you. When you get ready to go out there and do a video, when you create a lead magnet for your business, you write an ebook or you create a checklist or a roadmap, it is you being you. But why is it that when we get on a sales call, we can start off talking to the client, we feel really good, and then we go to uh, listening, we're listening to what they have to say. Okay, we are connecting with what they have to say. We lay out our solution. We know that our solution is going to help transform them. They are going, yes, yes, yes. Okay. And then you say, so do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for me? And then they say, yeah, how much is it? I'm sorry, but I am so tickled right now. I am so tickled by this right now because this is a thing. Now, I am very accustomed to having a big ticket program. I've done it for the last my program has been in the big ticket range for the last 15 years. But I remember in the beginning, like it was yesterday, what it feels like to say to someone, so that's going to be, even right now, I'm having a giggle. That's going to be $8,000. How do you feel about that? First of all, that is not the right attitude to go into this with. You shouldn't be giggling around your prices. But again, I am remembering that feeling of not having stability in myself and alignment with my pricing. So, what would I do? I would say the program is $8,000. And the potential client might go like, okay, and look, we have plenty of people who immediately say, yes, okay, they will immediately say, yes, I get it, I'm in. All right, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the ones who are the most of the times, right? Most people, the ones who are like, oh gosh, I didn't know it was going to be that expensive. Oh gosh, and they stutter and they hesitate. And maybe they say something like, well, I need to go check with my husband. Or, well, we're in the middle of selling the house. So maybe I should wait until after we get that done. Or, well, the kids are going to be going off. They start giving all these excuses. And the thing that I want to say, and I want to be transparent because, number one, that's my thing. I like to be transparent. I like to show people my real experience. But the thing is, that is a very, very vulnerable moment for the client, but also for the coach. And I think that there's a lot that gets put into making your client feel comfortable so that when you tell them the price, they're kind of prepared. You don't want your client feeling like an ass just because, they didn't quite understand that, investing in your program might be as expensive as it is, right? So what I want to do is pause right here, and I want to invite in my friends to this conversation. So, welcome to the Spiritual Business Hour with Lynn Bell. I'm Lynn, and I'm really, really excited because I am here with two of my dear friends and colleagues, Jennifer Sifert and Renee Amberise. Now, Jennifer is a financial leadership guide. She's an energy alchemist, and she's a CPA who helps entrepreneurs understand what's actually happening in their business financially so that they can identify the subconscious patterns that are influencing their decisions, reducing financial pressure, and creating greater freedom, prosperity, and impact. Now, Renee Amberise is an international best-selling author. She's a speaker, she's a body identity mentor, and she's a creator of Yoga for Face. And she helps women reconnect with their body, release stress, embody confidence, and activate their real smile. So, ladies, welcome to the show.
Oh, so good to be here. And our relationship deepens every time we come on here. It's so good. I love it.
Isn't it funny? I find it, I'm delighted by what we are co-creating here for the Liberated Coach Summit. So let me get you ladies into this conversation right away. That moment of vulnerability when, again, on the sales call, everything's cool, but then the client hesitates. It's not even when the client hesitates. What is happening emotionally and physically when we go to say the price, we say the price, and then the client hesitates? What's happening in that, ladies? Who would like to start us off there?
Okay, I'll go first.
Go
Um,
for it, Jennifer.
it, okay, this is a very vulnerable space, and the solution was dropping in for me first. So I'm just going to go there first. This is really a test to your presence and your ability to not be attached, not be attached to the outcome. And it's also an opportunity to say nothing, to stay holding space for them to hesitate, to really assess what you just said in the last 25 minutes, because technically these are 30-minute calls, right? So you really are just staying unattached to their hesitation. But I definitely have been in calls where I have been attached, where I'm wanting to help them and I'm attached to knowing how much they can change if they invest in themselves. And so instead of letting them hesitate, I've interrupted them. I've got them up in their head. I've got them questioning, do they really need this right now? And I'm getting in the way. I'm getting in the way of their decision-making process. And I just want to also add a little bit here. Okay, going back, I would say 6 months. 6 months. 6 months ago, I did have a call with somebody, and it was not your traditional sales call. I actually just was myself. And I offered to support this person, and they were going through something, and I just was on in my actual coach, not my sales hat. And I supported them. And then that guided them to ask me more about working with me.
Mm.
And then they also said, you know what? It's not in my budget right now, but I don't say this lightly. I do want to work with you and I do want to do it later. The other day, they reached out to me and said they're ready.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
so we've all been taught scripts and how to do the sales call. And one of my coaches has also invited me to it's just a call. It's just a get to know you call. Like, change the name of it. It's not a sales call.
Absolutely. I love this so very much. Um, that's the thing that helped me as well, Jennifer. So yeah, just detaching from the outcome and then holding space for the hesitation. Like it's okay for them to hesitate. You know, that's an invitation for you to learn more about them, not to sell them, to learn more about their hesitation, you know? And one of the things that I've also done, which makes people very uncomfortable. And I think this might be what you're speaking to when you're talking about kind of stopping the hesitation. But one of the things I do is I do challenge the ideas. I don't set it up the way I had a mentor who insisted that like you need to know their objections and you need to deal with their objections. And I'm like, I don't think that those are objections. I think that those are moments that they are allowed to have, you know? And anybody who has good sense is going to question an investment of 4 figures or 5 figures. You need to think that through. And so I really think that was a brilliant answer, Jennifer. So thank you. Thank you very much. All right, Renee, would you like to share on this?
Of course.
Of course you do. That's my girl.
So, and now we could become real now because we talk about embodiment and what is an identity shift. And this showing up exactly in those calls. So we hear we have to become unattached. Okay, that's a nice theory, but how are you doing this? And this is where your body is your best friend. Your body knows how to do that. So, and when it comes to those calls, you have to, and this is where I can support, I can teach you how to connect your face to your body and your voice to your nervous system. So everything is in alignment. And again, if you are in your body, you can feel the attachments. And then it's just like also paying attention. So, and this is where embodiment is becoming a total new skill. When nobody can enter the gate, you have to become nobody. And also on the calls, you want to be free. So the moment you start thinking, making excuses, finding solutions, trying, and this is where we then keep talking and talking and talking, instead of your body is your temple and learn to receive your energy and trust what is for you is receiving without you have to put any energy out. So this is going to be the next level. That's what real embodiment is, and also getting out of attachment. But first, you have to come home and to connect to your temple that you can play those cards.
This is really beautiful, and I've got my eyes here on the comments, and I see that Evie has written in and said, remember, for some, it may be their nervous system getting into protective mode. If prospective clients are emotionally dysregulated, they may be experiencing one of the 4 F's in that situation. We must be aware of these signs and make the client feel heard, seen, and acknowledged. I think that's really beautiful insight. Thank you so much, Evie, for sharing that.
And can I say something through it? Because this is where we have to pay attention to what's going on in our system. Because this is where, specific when it's your dream client, you will match, you will trigger, and then it's just like all about, can you hold space? Or are you starting, and you start in your mind with any thoughts, with any whatever thing is coming up, just like staying there and not wanting anything and just trusting. So because manipulation is even like you can feel this in the body system, and this is where you speak without words. And so And of course, when our nervous system, if you have any thoughts of maybe because you need the money, or you think the person is not having enough money or whatever, and this is where we women are making what is it, not statements,
Stories.
it's stories, yeah, it's stories, but also it's not judgment, but we are having a specific picture, or it's not a story, it's a different
It's an
word.
assumption, maybe.
It's just like we just like putting someone else's head on because we are so clever. We are just like, no, it's just like, no.
Yeah.
Are you on eye level? Are you free? Are you able? And this is just like, this is where people even feel the energy. How does it feel when the clients come into your room?
Yeah, very, very beautiful. It's a beautiful conversation. And I want to remind us all of why we're here today. We are here because of the Liberated Coach Summit, which is happening now. So if you would like to join Jennifer, Renee, and myself, plus 17 other spectacular speakers and coaches, then please sign up for the Liberated Coach Summit. It's happening right now. It's totally free to join. There are 20 speakers with 20 gifts, and you are invited. Okay. Our team, Badass Butterfly, will put the links in the comments for you to join us. So, ladies, let me ask you something about this vulnerability in in the coach themselves. The fear of not being chosen. Okay, there's a fear that some of us might have around not being chosen. I remember very distinctly a period where I was obsessed with, well, who's doing it better than I am? Who else is doing this? There was this kind of inner child in me that remembered, when it was time at school to have team sports and not being the great athlete, as some of us are on this call, as my two colleagues are on this call, but maybe not being chosen or being chosen last, as in the case of being a kid. But how does the fear of not being chosen show up um, differently in women coaches rather than in other entrepreneurs? Why is it particular to women coaches? Does anybody have an idea about that?
Well, I love this topic like that, the talking about it, because my husband, he sells $20,000 to $30,000 brick and mortar, like he replaces roofs all the time, and like never met the person before and makes the sale. And so you're like, why is it so hard for me? Right? Why is it so hard for me? And I think that we're missing a piece here in the way we think about things. It's like we're taking it too personal, and the 4 agreements is kind of coming up here. Like we shouldn't make assumptions. Don't take things personal. Always do your best. I yell them out if you know the other ones, but we get attached to being of service, and we get caught up in this energy of, I want to be of service. I want to make money doing what I love. So why aren't they picking me? Like all of a sudden, like what you were saying, Crystal, Lynn, about why am I not getting chosen is an issue. And that's the deeper work, right? We're being more conscious and aware is actually deeper work. And so the regular brick and mortar, they don't have this kind of attachment going on because they're selling something that everybody needs. Everybody needs a roof over their head. Not everybody does need coaching, training, mentoring, but we as a society haven't really figured that out yet. So we're leading the way. We're leading the way, and we're breaking through old paradigms. We're doing the work, and being the wayfinder, the way shower, or the pioneer isn't always the easiest way. And so in this Liberated Coach Summit, I really encourage you to join, because this is where you build relationships. So I think in the coaching industry, mentoring industry, it is all about relationships. That's what we're moving. Like, when you have a client that you're mentoring in a high ticket $8,000 or $20,000 or even a $3,000 program, you're creating a relationship with them. It is intimate. It's intimate. And I think that's why there's more hesitation, because you don't have an intimate relationship for 6 to 8 months or 12 months or even 24 months with somebody who installs a roof on your house. But there's more at stake here. And there's a relationship that needs to grow and go deep with. And people are tuning into their intuition. They're tuning into things that they've never tapped into. And they're being discerning because they want to make the right choice for them. And they're suffering and in pain. There's usually something that is going on for your client that has been really tripping them up, and now they're becoming aware, like, I got to deal with this. I can't handle this anymore. And they want to feel safe. They want to feel safe, like they're making the right decision. And I don't really think it's about the money. It's about being held in the place that's going to help them. And when we're in the call with them, I think for me, I want to demonstrate that they have a safe place to be. I'm not going to judge them. They're not going to get the abuse that they've had from other things that have happened in their life. And they're going to have the opportunity to be themselves. And maybe that is what they haven't had before. They haven't had anybody to share their deepest, darkest secrets with. They haven't had anyone to share what they're really feeling every day, how they're feeling. And that's why it's a little bit different from your traditional brick and mortar business. Maybe you can add to this, Renee or Crystal Lynn.
Absolutely. And it's gorgeous, though. That's really, you said so much there. It's beautiful. Thank you, Jennifer. Renee, I know Renee has something that she's like, let me share. Come on, sister, go ahead.
Jennifer, I love that. And so you have to join the Liberation Summit, because we are building a new temple. We're building a new home together, because each of us is bringing a total different perspective for you to become a new awareness, to open your eyes in a total different way. So back to the question, why it is also so hard. And you were bringing up that your husband is just like selling like chips, potatoes, or chocolate, just like just like it's done. So, but what I really just like want to point out, I mean, first of all, he is selling a product you can touch, you can see, and he's not selling his values. He is selling some stuff people think that they need that. So we have a total different job here. So we are building houses for life, but you don't see the roof, you don't see the basic, you don't see the walls. And this is where it comes when people feeling now things are changing, something is different, it's not working anymore. And then you need a space. And again, feeling, seeing becomes a new quality. So specific, when you come now in the summit, you have so many opportunities to feel and get a taste from different coaches and speakers. And you have to understand, where do you feel home? Who is talking your language? Where you can relax, because if you have a roof under your over your head, you can relax. So that's the same picture I want to give you. And but when it comes to the price, and this is what we are talking today, it's all about women are still thinking they have to prove they are worthy.
Yeah.
And this is the whole industry. And again, we are programmed. We are programmed from childhood. And this is really deep work. And it's going step by step each day to become aware where you are just like running on autopilot. And this is where, again, your body is your best friend is coming into the game. Yeah. So your body will never betray you. Your body will never lie, but you have to pay attention.
Absolutely.
So,
Beautiful, Renee. Both of you all gave such poignant, meaningful answers to that question. And I think what I just want to maybe add to that is that, you know, it takes time to understand your value. As a coach, you know, we get certified and then we're like a little hummingbird pushed out of the nest, go fly, and don't return home. Hummingbirds don't return to their nests after they fly. Once they fly, they are on their own. And, you know, as a coach, you're putting yourself out there, you've gotten your education, and you know, you have some clients and those clients do well, and you know, we kind of expect these coaches to be like, oh, you know, you got it, you're good, you know, trust yourself. But it takes time to build a that internal confidence. It takes time also to build your own street credibility, you know, and you have to build your street credibility not just for other people, but for yourself as well. You know, you have to you have to have an experience with other people so that you can trust yourself. And I think that that's just what I wanted to throw in. Give yourself a little bit of time to grow your wings, to strengthen your wings, and to have a multitude of experiences. And the next thing you know, you will have the confidence. And at that point, the urge to discount surely should be well handled, but you know, not just from experience, but also from doing the internal work that you learn along the way. So this is another question. This is now totally not even about discounting. This is about the daily practice. Every morning, I'm up at 4 o'clock. I take out my journal. I take out my tarot cards. I sit down. I meditate. I have conversations with God. I journal and write my ideas. I deal with my fears. I write them down. Where I see problems, I write them down, and I get feedback from my higher self, from my internal wisdom. I'm 56 years old. I've been doing this since I was 20. It has not gotten any better, right? It's not that I'm not healed. It's not that I'm not growing. It's just there's always something. There's always something going on in this head, okay? My question is for my friends here. Do you all have that kind of a practice? What do you do? Does anything ever go wrong inside your head? You're both successful coaches. Does anything ever go wrong in your head?
Oh my God. Okay, so since I was 20 and I'm 49, I started doing like an experimental practice, you know, documenting and doing things. And I realized that it works. It works. And how it works is you really start tapping into you and what do you want and how are you feeling and what are you thinking? And it does get you into your body because like Renee was saying, your body knows we can have these thoughts, but we really have to learn how to connect with the body and understand that the body is our vehicle. It is a temple for the soul body to be inside. And the practice is critical. So absolutely 100%, it is very important to being a successful coach. And even those brick and mortar owners and business operators, they would so benefit from this. And corporate CEO leaders, they would so benefit from the inner practice work of setting up your day, I like to say, for success. because you get it all out at the beginning of the day. And today, my day started at 6 a.m. I actually lead a live practice studio to help people connect with themselves. And I always have a successful day on the day that I lead that practice. And I notice the difference between when I do the practice and when I don't do the practice. And the difference is huge. It's huge when you don't practice. You aren't as tapped in, you're not as receptive, you're not as embodied, and you're not as present. And so when you get to these hard places, like, oh, I have a potential client call today. If you don't tap into yourself and get your fears out, get your inner guidance and tune in to who you are and what you want and why you're doing it, you are going to like second guess yourself. You are going to let that imposter syndrome turn on all of a sudden and doubt come on. And then when that client hesitates, that potential client hesitates in the call, you're going to forget your intuition, and then your ego is going to be like, oh, maybe it's too expensive. Like, oh yeah, I can make it better. You know, you confuse the universe. You confuse yourself. You disconnect and discount your value. Like you're doing your purpose work. You're doing coaching because you know that you've been guided to become a coach, because you have superpowers and gifts that come through when you coach. But at the same time, we get in our own way. We get in our own way through doubting ourselves or through forgetting why we were doing it at the beginning, you know, and we do have to make money. And if we can detach from the attachment to having to make money and really develop a relationship with money, because it's our best friend, it helps us create the lifestyle that we want. It helps us have freedom because we're the boss. We don't have to have somebody telling us what to do and how to do it and how long of a day we have to work. If we really start tuning into those old programs, the scarcity programs, those lack, poverty programs that have been installed, not our fault, but we just have gotten it. We've been installed with it, imprinted with it. If we start doing these practices like Crystal, Lynn, and Renee are talking about, and I'm talking about, we get deeper, we get through them faster, we move through it. And I also say, like, having calls and those ones where you make mistakes and the ones where you are successful, it's all muscle. It's like a practice. You just have to practice it. It's just like waking up in the morning at 4 and doing your practice. You have to practice those calls. But if you're not having the calls at all, it's so much easier to attach when that time comes, because you put yourself into a survival mode position, you know, like, I have to make money. And that everything energy is transferring. It's being felt.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, Jennifer. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that you're suggesting practice your calls. Just practice your calls every day. Take your body through it. Get your body accustomed to it. Practice the ask on a regular basis. You want to be doing it anyway, just start. And somebody will come in and fill the space. All of a sudden, you're there on your practice call, and somebody's going to be like, hello, can I come in? I love it. That's what I want for you. Renee, do you want to share what your practice? How do you take care of yourself?
So I want to bring a little bit more spiritual simplicity in this talk. So the number 4 on Yoga for Faith is a structure for your daily life. And I want to talk about the universal laws. And not by, this is a law, you have to understand this until you get to the roots. Why this is and what does it mean, and why this is serving you, and you don't want to skip that. And one of the biggest songs on planet Earth, it's just a revival, The Man in the Mirror. If you want to make the world a better place, you have to start in the mirror. Okay? So, and this is what I'm telling you. You start in the morning because you have every day once. This is not just like I can try. This day, when it's gone, it's done. You have it once. So you have to take care that you make the best day. And
Mm.
I'm in alignment. That is your morning routine. You set up the energy. And because nights we are traveling in the morning, I have mornings where I'm just like, okay, where I've been. I feel like am I walking or someone was just like punching me, it's like everything. Okay, so your job is to get first yourself together before you get out in the world.
Absolutely.
And again, when we are going in the airplane and they teach us first, you have to take the oxygen first. So, and this is where the most successful women struggle because they are hustling or even they are not, so they are not taking the care. Not everybody is journaling. And I'm just like, I'm I'm taking everything with the body because I have to take my body on the journey because my body is just like surfing me to the day. So I have to check in from head to toe. And this is where I'm teaching a leadership 10-minute program because it depends. Sometimes we have an hour or two if you want to get up early. If you are not the early bird, then you need a quick, but we need a minimum on how to connect.
Mm.
So this is what it's all about. And again, it's starting with yourself in the mirror. Are you seeing yourself? Do you feel yourself? And again, it's on every single level of your being. You are a multidimensional being. So, and self-love and self-worth is exactly where you can look at your daily base, what you are doing, if you are putting money in your worthiness box. If you don't have a routine in the morning, if you don't take time, if you are not just like, okay, here I am, world, so that's the missing part. And it's pretty easy because when you take care of this, everything is falling in place. And I tell you that because I tried all the other things. I tried that. So I know for everybody, this is working. It's
Mm.
self-worth is starting in your daily, how you show up for yourself.
How you show up for yourself. The number one, it's got to be there. So, ladies, this again, this urge to discount, this urge to write off the price, this urge to back down from a promise that you made yourself. Because when you set a price, that's a promise that you're making to yourself. That's a promise that you're making to your business. That's a promise that you're making to your bank account. It's a promise that you're making to the other people who have paid, you know? And number one, it's a promise to yourself because it's what you said you want to be paid. So, the question that I have for our experts is what does chronic discounting, or even not chronic, just what does discounting cost a woman coach? And it's not just about, okay, you lost $2,000. What does it do to her relationship with herself and with her work over time?
Well, it's pretty simple. You're discounting your worth. So you're doing an outer action, like dropping your price or even losing the client because you interfere, you attach, you don't take care of yourself in the morning, you're not filling your body up and your heart and your mind with alignment, but you're not connecting yourself. You're not taking care of yourself. And so you're putting yourself last again. It's just the mirror. And our businesses are the mirrors of our inner higher selves, especially when you're a coach, because you're the business, you're the personal brand. So whatever you're doing is influencing the business. and vice versa. So if you're discounting your work because you don't think that people can afford it, then you're automatically discounting your self-worth.
Mm. Yeah, that's very meaningful. Thank you. Renee?
Your face is your biz card, and every wrinkle is something where you're not taking your room. Okay? And even like your spine, when your spine, here, your body is a message, dot. Your body has to carry that. Or just like, even if you are not taking it, you are exhausted. In the evening, you have no energy. When you have an energy lack, when you are unhappy because you are playing small, and then so this is showing up because you have to try to fit in a box. Then you get the hump here in the back, you are not really straight. Your body will say it without words. This is what I see. Yeah.
That's a big price to pay.
Big price. And this is just like here, it's and again, it's just like I say this with all my love. It's not judging. It's just like I'm just like, I want to wake you up that you are worthy to take the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes before you serve everybody else. And I hear it often, just like I could freak out. No, I don't have time. No, I have everything else is having a higher priority. The kids, the husband, whatever, or the clients. Even my clients are coming first. Because if I don't serve them, then I have no money. So how do you think you serve? With what energy? So if change, you will make a huge shift. This is when it comes to identity shift. If you are not putting yourself first, and it's not coming from an ego place, and this is where I feel that the most women are scared. Scared they could lose. Because this is what maybe we're experiencing, or we have this in our nervous system. But this is where just like learning, no, it's not, and staying and holding the room. But this is a nervous system problem. And again, your face, your body, your voice, yeah, it's a forehead, it's smooth. Even like your jaw is relaxed, your voice sounds totally different. And that's the sound in the universe. This is the unique peak. And believing that you don't have to hustle. You just like, the more light you can hold here, but you have to get all of the programs, the more the universe can deliver. And you don't have to understand that. And I'm telling you that because I was making the most money when I did nothing. I was lying in the pool or in the things, and I had tight situations because I lost 3 times everything. Yeah. So then just like holding the space and saying, okay, no, whatever. Okay, I have no idea how it goes, but this comes then, okay, get out of the ego, get out of the control. Okay, there's a higher source that is serving you, but you have to allow. And so we have to step out of the way. The only control you can take is just like, okay, I can do here my best. I can be aware. But again, that's, you pay a price.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Jennifer. So I want to start wrapping things up, and I'd like to, I'm going to give this back to our guests here. And this question is just going to be an opportunity for you to share what you do, how you help women, and also to share your gift for them at the Liberated Coach Summit. So I just want to kind of ask a question about the money shackles, since that was our topic for today. Like, the money shackle. What is it that would help a woman start to break the money shackle today? Like, and how does your particular way of working, your particular method, your particular perspective, how can that help her break free from the shackle that's holding her back financially? Who wants to start?
It's like making the decision, right? So today, the first step you need to take is to register for the summit on any of our links. And then my gift also is a step to take that will help you to break that money shackle even more. So it's a process, okay? But the decision and the deciding that you want to break the money shackle is the first step. Registering for the summit and getting access to all of our interviews, which are fabulous, and they're very concise and to the point. So my talk is about Get Current, which is come into alignment with being current, being present now. And so your business can create prosperity, freedom, and impact for you and greater profit. And my gift is a quiz. It's called the Get Current Quiz. And it's 9 signs that you have hidden financial pressure. So the way that I like to transform things is through awareness, through noticing. But you have to see it first. And Renee's gift, okay, so both of our gifts are very much symbiotic. They work together. Renee's gift, which I downloaded yesterday, it's a yoga 4 magic moves, helps you to actually see, helps you to see in a way you haven't been able to see through one of her exercises. And when you start looking at things that you haven't been looking at before around your money, specifically around this money shackle, the negative side of it, the part that you don't want to be trapped in anymore, you become more aware. And just through awareness, it starts to let go. It starts to release. And so my quiz is 1 minute. It's going to ask you some questions. You're just going to multiple choice here. Easy. And then it's going to give you some feedback of where you are on the amount of pressure you have around money and your business. And that's going to take you to becoming more aware. And then you can book a call with me and go deeper. But your question was that's the step you need to take.
Yeah.
Register for the summit first. Decide, register for the summit.
Yeah.
Download gifts.
Look, that really resonates on so many levels because number one, our awareness is what we've created in the world. We create from our awareness. The more we allow awareness and awareness of our awareness, that is when we can start to break free. So if you are a woman and you are struggling financially, or you're struggling, with maybe it's your actual finances, you're not making enough money, or you're struggling setting your prices, or you're struggling with your sales call, or you're struggling with managing your money, that awareness can help to break you free from the level that you are right now. And I do love this idea of get current, because you said it, Jennifer. Money is currency. Money is currency. You have to, it's called currency for a reason. And you have to allow yourself to get in the flow, to get in the current of currency. And this is what Jennifer explained so beautifully. And being able to work with her on that would be a great start for you and wherever you are in your business. And she talked about Renee's class, which is what she's offering. So Renee, come in and tell us what you about how to break that money shackle, how your work helps them break the money shackle, and then tell us about your gift.
So first of all, as Jennifer said, you have to register now. Yeah, so you don't want to miss that. And everything here is in alignment. So all the pieces from all speakers are just like clicking together. And Jennifer and I, we have a special connection because when you sign up for the summit, then you take the quiz, because I love the play and fun part. But pay attention to what's going on when you do this in your body system. Okay, so, and when it comes to money, watch what is your jaw doing. And
Mm.
eyes maybe start creasing, or it's going to be a little bit in the neck. So feel where the tension is coming. When this is one of the topics you want to work, I bring the awareness into the places that the rest of your body is believing, what new awareness, what's coming into your system. So I
Mm.
take you on this journey, and your eyes can lie. Your nervous system, your emotions are connected to your brain, and your brain is the ruler of your eyes. Okay? So, and I'm giving you the shortcut how to clean up your shit. You don't have to excuse yourself. You don't have to, you just have, just like do it. Okay? That's one specific exercise. I have 4 magic moves, and the 4 magic moves are to get you out of any situation that you are able to make new choices.
Mm.
This is the biggest magic, and it's a video training. So you can do it with me until it's into your system, and you can do it in the toilet, in between, anywhere. So, and please do me a favor, because Jennifer did make a before picture. If you even start doing this for 30 days, okay? This will change your face. So yoga for face is now 9 years, and I just give you a little idea. That was my picture, my kick as my awakening picture. So I'm turning 52. So I'm telling you, I was not in my full size. I was reducing. I was so in guilt and shame, and that was showing up in my face. Okay, and this is
Wow.
why I can talk about just like here. Come on, I wanna see you in your full size.
Mm.
Small, and your body is doing the work with you. So you learn with me what it means to take the body with on the journey. That means your eyes. That means just like your jaw, your throat. It's just like acceptance. Remember, you have every day once. Every situation in your life is on your table, and you have the key to solve that, but only with the open eyes. So, and we have
Mm.
to learn, of course, we have to learn to set boundaries, and you can feel if you are able to do that, because your body will give you immediately response if this is your favorite to do on this planet. Okay, and again,
Mm.
a smile, that's the posture in your face, and your body reads the body language. If you are in a not good mood, you have depression or whatever, everything is tough, everybody knows shoulders back is changing something, activating your smile muscle. So this is the biceps in your face. If you don't want to look like our German old Chancellor, Miss Merkel, so you want to train this muscle for the bad days. Yeah? Okay, so, and again, here, nature is really clever. Smiling is, you have to activate 17 muscles. If you make a frowny face or a resting bitch face, that costs more energy. So my question is, are you aware what you're doing with your face? Okay, so you can save a little bit energy. So I want to make it easy. I want to make it playful. I want to have you more energy, and of course I want that you look after a little bit more sexy and attractive, because hey,
Mhm.
I want to have fun.
Exactly. Yes, please. Yes, please. More of that. That was really fun. Thank you. And I'm going to just wrap us up, and I'm going to say that for me, so I have so the gift that I'm offering for all the attendees of the summit is the 5 shackles quiz. And the idea is that we all are dealing with some shackle on some level. So there are 5 shackles. There's a shackle around your mind, around your business, your money, your time, and your pleasure. And the idea is for all of us to just look at ourselves, look at where we're shackled, bring that awareness, and then do the work using the resources at the summit to help break us free. And you do the quiz. It's 5 minutes. I'm sorry, it's not 5 minutes. It's about 1 minute. And then though, you're going to get the guidebook. The guidebook takes you through all 5 shackles. And it asks you several questions. So I have them over here. I've got the guidebook open. First of all, it shows you how each shackle is functioning in your business so that you can kind of peel it away from your business, take control back, or liberate your business. Now, there's the guidebook also shows you kind of what that pain looks like so that you can identify it and recognize it and see where you are acting from it. That's another issue that we have. We tend to act from our pain on a subconscious level. So if we're afraid, like we've been wounded by rejection in the past, if we haven't dealt with that wound, we're not going to go back in the direction where we might get rejected again. So subconsciously, we'll take away our own opportunities. It's self sabotage. We're not doing it on purpose, but it's just the way we protect ourselves. So this guidebook is going to help you look at that pain so that you can take your life back from the pain. Now, it's also going to guide you into the pleasure. So it's going to remind you of the pleasure that you're missing by being shackled. So it's going to help you understand what liberation looks like. And then it's going to allow you to just assess yourself and then take the next steps. So the guidebook, everyone gets that guidebook if you take the quiz, and you go through and you'll look at every single one of those shackles and do some work to help liberate yourself. All right, very good. So, y'all, that's wrapping it up for us for today. I want to thank my guests, Jennifer Sifert and Renee Amberise. Thank you for joining and bringing your wisdom to us, ladies.
Oh, you're welcome. And I got to just say, we are doing live streams every day, Monday to Friday, and the topics are so valuable. We're going deep in all of them. So register for the summit, but go back and listen to some of these live streams because they're super valuable. I have been listening to them. I'm going into them and listening again because I'm like, what did I say there? What did Renee say there? What did Crystal Lynn say? Because it's important information for us to break the shackle of scarcity, like the big shackle.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny because I feel like just from hosting these live streams every day, I feel like I'm learning so much. Like there's just different levels, and it's not cliche stuff. It's like I feel things opening and changing. Like today I was out walking and I was visualizing. I love to walk and visualize and take in nature and look at the birds and, you know, smell the flowers and just be in the moment. And I was like, I want a publishing company. I want a book publishing company. I'm going to publish one book a year. And it's only because of the work that we're doing here, thinking bigger and, you know, being in my body, being reminded to be in my body, being reminded that, you know, currency is like actual flow. All those things come, and then my mind just expands and expands. I really love it. So sexy.
I just want to thank you, Crystal Lynn, because running a summit is not an easy job, but it is so worth it because it does expand you. You really expand, and the participants expand, the speakers expand. We're all expanding together.
Absolutely. And I love this whole thing. You know, it was Irina Portnova who was on a couple of episodes last week. She was on 2 episodes last week, Thursday and Friday. And she did this whole layout where she's like, let me bring all the speakers together and we're going to just talk every day. And I loved that so much. And she really inspired me to do the spiritual business hour. And bringing you all on was just really, really such a great idea. And it's just wonderful to connect with you in this way. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what we're doing, y'all. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. Please leave a comment, share this video with someone that you know, like just put it out there. Help us spread the word about what we're doing and the Liberated Coach Summit, and definitely sign up yourself. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye for now. Let me end the stream, and let me truly end it on Facebook.